trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me that was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Always looking for more. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted.
Good evening, everybody across Australia, New Zealand, and right around the world, wherever you're watching from. This is AGT ACC, and we are here to kick off our Porsche Carrera Cup Challenge. And none other than the formidable temple of, well, one of the temples of speed. It is Imola on the calendar tonight. And to bring you all the action, it is, of course, myself, Isaac Fogarty. I've been referred to in the past as the voice of AGT. The jury's still out on that one, but I'm absolutely pleased to be in the commentary box tonight to bring you all the action. And alongside me this evening, we have a familiar voice returning to the commentary box after a bit of a hiatus. He was out for season 2, but viewers will remember him right back from season 1. He was a staple of the commentary box, and he's in tonight and hopefully sticking around for most of this Porsche Cup series. It is indeed John Wright, 00 Raven himself. Good evening, John. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much, Isaac. I love these intros. They're far, far, far too kind. And I can confirm, Isaac, the jury has come back. You are, sir, guilty as charged. But yeah, no, it is phenomenal to be back, especially with the voice of AGT for this, the Porsche Carrera Cup Challenge. That is a challenge. These cars are a challenge. And to say that the calendar is an interesting one, I'm not sure what the drivers did to annoy the admins, but the admins have sought revenge with the tarmac this season, Isaac. It is going to be an absolute barn burner right from race 1 here at Imola, because, as I say, the calendar, the cars, the drivers, oh, I'm frothing at the mouth. Let's just go.
Absolutely. It's a very, very challenging calendar. Let's have a little look at that now, shall we? Obviously, as we both mentioned, we're kicking off things tonight here at Imola. Couldn't think of a more challenging place to get things underway. And then to rub salt in the wound, we go to Mount Panorama for round 2. So if you think Imola is challenging, we're going to step it up another level when we head to Mount Panorama in a couple weeks' time. And then we go to Alton Park, which is one of the most challenging circuits, I think, in England, and they've done a very good job of making sure that's on the calendar. And then we have Zandvoort, which is challenging, but it has a little bit of elements of this is not too bad, so it might be all right, easing back into it. Then we have the Nürburgring, and that's not too bad either. That should be a pretty good track if you ignore turn 1. And then Misano is where we'll wrap up this season in round 6. And this calendar, as you mentioned, John, it's a feisty calendar. The admins have gotten back at our drivers, I think, here with the circuits they've chosen.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's just absolute tyre killer after tyre killer after tyre killer. And tyres is one luxury the drivers do not have on these cars. The operating window in the Porsche Cup cars is finite, I believe would be the word I was looking for there. It's certainly not the words that some of my friends used when describing these cars, but we can't use that language on air, unfortunately. But yeah, no, as I said, Oulton Park, I mean, that for me, like, instantly the hairs on my arms stand up. I have got PTSD from driving that track. It is a nightmare. Zandvoort, love that track to bits. In open wheelers that have got some grip. Enter the Porsche Cup car. That's fine that way. And yeah, Nürburgring and Misano. I will tell you one thing, Isaac. One thing we will definitely see, even in these short 25-minute races, is a lot of track limit penalties.
Oh, I have no doubt that we will see a large number of track limit penalties throughout the evening and probably throughout the series as well. Remember, these cars, no traction control, very limited ABS, and no tyre blankets. So we give our drivers a full formation lap. We give them plenty of time to get heat in the tyres. But this is coming off the back of 2 GT3 seasons we've done where they're used to tyre blankets, they're used to tyre temperature, and they're used to traction control. They don't have any of that here. Let's have a quick look as well at what lays ahead for our drivers this evening. So this is our circuit, Imola, round 1. We got 4.9 kilometers of tarmac, 19 corners, the front straight 358 meters long. We've got 2 qualifying sessions and 2 races in alternating fashion. So an 8-minute qualifying session followed by a 25-minute race, and then we reset and we go all over again. The AGT lap record around here is a 1 minute 40.8 with Simon Bishop. I don't think we'll see those times tonight, though, John. I think we'll see probably a little bit slower.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be any place near that tonight. Yeah, given the cars that they're in, the track conditions are looking not too shabby for them out there. But yeah, I think they will be a bit slower than that. I mean, these cars just, yeah, the Porsche Cup cars, there's so much conversation around these things. The lack of handling, but the inherent top-end speed that they've got, it's just, yeah, a fascinating mixture, especially with these courses as well. But around here, yeah, I do think we'll see maybe the 141s, 142s, someplace in that region. And as well, Isaac, something that I gleaned from the driver briefing, the 107% rule will be instituted this season.
Absolutely. So that was floated last season when we had a few drivers that would choose to sit out qualifying or just weren't quite making minimum lap times. We have introduced a 107% rule for this season, which means that essentially, the way we worked it out, if the pole position time is a 1 minute 42.1, you need to do a 1 minute 49.2 to be able to fit within that 107% rule. And so far from the times we've seen this evening, all drivers should be safe. Unless someone has an absolute nightmare in qualifying, everyone should be safe, which is good.
Indeed it is, indeed it is. And yeah, like you say, it stops. Yeah, it is fun to see drivers do the old last to first challenge, but it can certainly be a bit more intense during a racing season. So
Yes.
yeah, good to see all the drivers are going to be out in quality. We're going to be setting some times, and the grids are going to be absolutely stacked. I mean, it's a lineup of the gods that we've got behind the wheel tonight, not just the teams, the drivers as well. And a fascinating mix, a short, sharp shock in qualifying with only 8 minutes to get a lap in. Now, round Bathurst, that puts the pressure on. You're pretty much on a one-lap shootout in these cars. And then the 2 25-minute races. And it'll be interesting to see how the drivers cope, because as you know, Isaac, it's all fine and well to say, like, we've got 2 races tonight. If the first one goes badly, getting yourself back into that mindset, straight back out when the qualify, it's only 8 minutes, and then you're back out on track racing again. So it's going to be good to see how the drivers handle the pressure over the 2 races. Do well in the first race, does that carry on to the second? Do badly in the first race, does that carry on to the second? It's an interesting dynamic that the drivers are going to have to work with this time out.
Absolutely. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic to see how our drivers work with that. And speaking of qualifying, John, qualifying is actually underway. We're almost at the halfway point of our qualifying session. If we jump over, we've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. And you mentioned that it's so crucial to get that lap time in. We're almost halfway through this session. No one has set a lap time yet.
Yep, because of the pace of the cars on their out laps, and then, yeah, they've got to do their out lap, of course, all piling out with the pits. And as we've seen, many times over, the drivers like to take their time. They give one another space. I can't even say it with a straight face. But all know they're a nightmare. As soon as that buzzer goes, they are queued line astern to get out of the pits. They'll all slow down coming out of Ravazza, give the driver ahead a bit of space, and then go shooting along. We're seeing some times coming in at the moment a solid 43.6 from Simmons, and I tell you what, Dernetti doing the dance of the slipstream there. He is very nicely parked behind the car ahead, so he will be getting pulled through, and it is Simmons. Yeah, the quickest. If you're gonna be getting a slipstream from anyone, might as well be the quickest driver in qualifying. I do think Dernetti might have a wee bit of extra pace there, but he is behind. We're seeing times absolutely flying in just now to Cax. 8 seconds off the pace at the moment, but he is still within 107% just at the moment. Bishop down in 10th place. Now that is an interesting one. We've got Nicholson and 7. Sorry, on you go.
I was going to say, we still have quite a few drivers. Only 13 drivers set a time so far, and we have 29 drivers in the field tonight. So still plenty of drivers left to set a time, but I don't think that's highly indicative from Simon Bishop either. I think he will set another time that's going to be a lot faster than that. He was definitely a lot faster than that in the practice session that we were watching not too long ago, John. But I think for me, a standout in this field tonight, we've got a few new faces in the field. So one of those is, in fact, if I can find him, I seem to have lost him, Nathan Howe, Nismo Nath, as he is rather affectionately known. This is Kuhn Corp's first appearance as a team in AGT, and Nathan Howe's first appearance as a driver in AGT. And he's picked one hell of a series to jump into.
He really has. Now I do know Nismo Nath from my early days in commentary, the ever wonderful Chad Rice. If you don't know, get to know. The man is an absolute gem. Who I know is water. I know a few of those drivers, and I can tell you, Nismo Nath, he's going to make a splash. He's quick, he's consistent, he's clean. You can't ask for more in a driver, and I think he's going to do very, very, very well this season. As Isaac said, he's really stepped up to the plate. If you're going to jump from Gran Turismo over to ACC, why not start in the most difficult car there is to drive? Slight flex.
Why not?
Exactly. Oh, the times are coming in thick and fast now, though. Bishop and Dernetti at Simmons. Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Thank you, chaps. Thank you, chaps. Here we go again.
Here we go. It's starting to kick off. It's business as usual, like they never left. We finished not too long ago in Valencia, wrapping up Season 2, where these guys were pretty much inseparable, and now we're back again, and they're within 2/10. Last time Simon Bishop and Martinetti were at Imola, there was about 2/10 between them, and they followed each other line astern for the entire race. So maybe we'll see something of that effect again tonight. But it is Simon Bishop from Martinetti, from Matt Simmons, then from Josh Struick, who has jumped over to CP Motorsports for this Porsche Cup Series. So was racing for TTR Southside in the GT3 Series, but he's jumped over to CP and is running their colours on his car. And then we've got Nick Carter in 5th, Bob Norley up in 6th place, making his Pro Class debut in this Porsche Cup Series after coming 3rd place the Pro-Am Series, or the Pro-Am category, I should say, in Season 2. We've got Cameron Fleming, James Macher, Max Silvers just jumped himself up to 9th place, so getting himself up inside the top 10 as well.
Yeah, some quick times, and it's one of these courses that the drivers, it really is difficult to get a full pace lap around here. You can easily violate the track limits, so the drivers know it well, and that is playing out in the times. I mean, you look down the board. Oh wow, Simmons and Bishop are separated by less than 1/10 of a second, with Matt Dernetti 2/10 down. Machin and Silver, though, have done almost identical times. Nicholson and Dawes, almost identical times. You've got Joy Hutton, Shepard, Gordon and Stankowski, all within 1/10 of one another, and that's 14th through 18th. And don't even get me started on 19th through 25th. That is so close here in qualifying, but the two at the top, though, 43.067 and less than a tenth behind. It is absolutely mind-blowing how close they all managed to keep around here. The drivers in the final throws now. That's Wood across the line, Joy, Hutton, Howe and Sandwith all done with qualifying, and so is Nor.
Oh, that is a massive moment for Max Silver. He finds himself off, and that's the end of his session. And we are almost at the end now. We've got a couple of cars coming through the final few corners. I believe that's Simon Bishop down the back. No, it's not. Matt Simmons has crossed the line, so he's done. Martinetti goes to the top. What can Simon Bishop do, though? Is he going to improve this time around? Look at the gap between the two of them. There's absolutely nothing in it at the moment. Simon Bishop, 500ths back through the final corner. Now look at it skating on the edge through that final corner, manages to keep it on the circuit, runs over as much curb as he can towards the start-finish line. Does he improve his lap time? No, he doesn't, and Matt Dinetti will stay on pole unless someone else can pull something out of a hat, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be an improvement for anybody else. Everybody else is back in the lane or finishing their lap now. We've got a couple cars maybe still to come across the line. I think that is it. Everybody has finished their laps now. So that is our qualifying session done and dusted. And it is Matt Dinetti that sets the fastest lap of the session. Only just, though, over Simon Bishop. So it's business as usual between these two. I don't think they've ever been separate from each other, John. But it's Matt Dinetti over Simon Bishop, over Matt Simmons, Josh Struick, then Adam Elzine inside the top 5. He's having struggles with that car earlier on today, so he seems to have gotten a grip on it now and got a handle on it. And it's Cameron Fleming, James Machin, Nick Carter, Bob Norley, and Liam Tame are your top 10. Max Silver just outside the top 10. But crucially, Andre Sheppers, Jonathan Stankowski, and Les Sam with 3 pro drivers that struggled in that session.
Indeed they did, yeah. I can't get my head... The one thing I can't get my head around at the moment is Bishop's got 2 purple sectors. He's second. That just...
He absolutely does.
I mean, yeah, the connotations for the race between these two is absolutely off the charts. Bishop quicker in 2 sectors, Dernetti getting the job done in 3, and bringing home a half a tenth lead into qualifying. That's yeah,
crazy.
Just stupidly close.
Yes, sorry, I'm just having a couple of technical difficulties with my PlayStation. The controller isn't responding. There we go, I got it back. So, we love when PlayStation likes to play ball, but we're just having a look at everybody's lap times now, and we're not too far away from the start of this race. A full formation lap for our drivers, and they'll be very, very, very clear on what they have to do on this formation lap. So, Matt Dinetti will lead us away from Simon Bishop, Matt Simmons, Josh Struick. Down the back, though, have a look who we have. So, we have George DeCax in 30th. So, we have 30 drivers in the field now. Ian Stewart, Mark Sinclair, Max Honeybun. Yes, that is his real last name. Do not adjust your eyes. That is his real last name. He makes his debut this evening for Defy Motorsports. And it's Wayne Tanner, Mike DeWard, Andrew Griffin, Bowen Piper, and then Aaron Thomas. And then Les Sandwich struggling in that session. Nathan Howe, 20th on debut in the Pro-Am class. That's a very solid effort. We're not too far away, though, from getting this formation lap underway. And there is our team at the front of the field. And I feel like, again, these two... Not only are they inseparable, John, but they're always just on the front row together.
Yeah, they are. And the thing is, if one of them doesn't make it on the front row, you'll often find that the other one doesn't either. So they do still end up on the... Like, they'll end up on the same row. But yeah, they'll end up on the same row anyway. Absolute separation anxiety between the two of them. But yeah, absolutely. And it is, as you say, 90% of the time, they are on the front row. They can absolutely get it done in qualifying. I mean, I don't like either of them, to be honest. They can get it done in quali. They can get it done in the race. They're slick as you like through the pit stops. I mean, they've just got no endearing features whatsoever, and I'm absolutely not jealous at all, Isaac, so it's fine.
No, there's no hint of jealousy whatsoever in your voice, and I think that's commendable, to be honest. You just recognize that these guys are incredibly talented drivers, and there's no sense of malice or hope that one of them maybe just in some way is not as perfect as they seem to be. And I think that's
definitely don't make me want to sell my steering wheel. I will say as well, not at all, but Fanatec for sale, anyone. Another interesting thing, another point I was going to highlight during qualifying, but it all started kicking off with the times. One of the things I was saying about the course and the driver's knowledge, it's difficult to get a lap time around here, but when you get it, you get it. They're all going to be roughly the same. But we've got a good split here, as you can see. This is going to be one of the few tracks over the season where we see, in fact, sorry, my apologies, most of the tracks I think we're going to see this. I do think we're going to see the Pro-Am struggle to break into the top 10. As you can see, the top 11, and we've only got about, what, 15 pros? The top 11, a solid stack of the pro drivers, because courses like this really do separate the drivers from the skyvers, as I like to say. And yeah, the top 11 here, all pros. I do think we'll see, because racing is racing, we'll see Pro-Ams finish in the top 10 over some of the races, but certainly in qualifying around a lot of these courses, Isaac, we really are going to see that separation, and it's working well the way the groups have been graded, the drivers have been graded, because clearly the top 11 pros, they've got it done, and then we've got a solid chunk of those Pro-Ams with a couple of pros that didn't quite get the quali done. But yeah, the drivers have been graded well this season.
Yeah, and that's something that I think the admin team sort of tries to do, is to grade these drivers quite well. They look at a lot of data and a lot of lap times from multiple categories to try and find the best solution for how they're going to grade these drivers. I will say as well, shout out to this man on our screen, Lachlan Dawes. Did not race at all in Season 2, has not really turned a lap on this game for quite some time, and has come out and stuck it in 15th and 4th in the Pro-Am class. That's a very commendable effort from a man who was struggling for pace in the GT3s in the not too distant past. But here we go. The cars have gridded up. We are not too far away from a race start now. Hopefully there's enough tire pressure or tire temperature and pressure in these cars. Brake temperature as well will be key on the run towards turn 1. This is a long hold as they trundle towards the start-finish line. This is going to be the first race of 12 races in this Porsche Cup Challenge, the AGT ACC Porsche Carrera Cup Challenge. It starts... Not quite yet. They held them for a bit longer. They haven't said go. We're still waiting. They've crossed the start-finish line, but... there we go. The green light is off. Matt Donetti hits the go pedal and we are away. Simon Bishop, though, off to a much better start than his front row compatriot. And he has walked ahead of him as they run towards turn 1 for the first time. It will be Simon Bishop that leads over Matt Donetti. And in the background, it looks like everybody is getting through cleanly. We've got a couple cars going too wide. Most cars actually going too wide still. And this is Josh Gordon going side by side with, I think that was Daniel Wood in the background, as they all trundle through the Sector 1 for the first time. The order will correct itself as we get away. That is Lachlan Dawes behind Josh Gordon. So a great start. There's a car going slowly in the background. That is one of the Team XV cars. And it's not who I thought it was. I think it's Andrew Griffin, and it may have been. So one of the Team XV cars going slowly, but Simon Bishop, what a race start. He walked off the start-finish line, has walked away from Matt Donetti, and then Matt Simmons has got himself off to a good start and up into 3rd at the start of this race.
Yeah, great start by a lot of the drivers. As you say, Simmons holding on to 3rd in the Pro-Ams. Wood, Gordon and Nicholson started as the top 3. Wood separating himself and Nicholson getting past Gordon. So great start by Nicholson and by Wood to put one of the pro drivers between him and the chasing pack. Shepherd's has moved up a few as well. That was a back end bouncer through that chicane. That chicane is just, it horrifies me the way the drivers take their way through that. And the rest of the arms, Joy, I think, has dropped down the order. Yes, Joy, not having much joy on the opening lap. Started in 6th place, is now outside the top 10. In the arms, Thomas and Toward as well. Toward and Thomas, sorry, both making up positions based on my data. But the Pro-Ams off this, I mean, everybody off this solid start. We've got Stankowski down at the back of the grid after finding a sluggish getaway at the beginning. But Joy across the line, how as well? Oh, started from the pit lane. Right, okay. Yep, so that's definitely going to leave you down the order. But certainly the Pro-Ams getting the job done, and Wood looking to live up to my prediction of getting an Pro-Am in the top 10 by the end of the race. And it looks like race 1, he is going to be absolutely going for it. Look how close they're managing to stay in these cars. If you've ever driven these cars, you know just how much talent this is taking. And if you've never driven these cars, imagine a go-kart on ice tyres. Oh, and that's a
Yeah.
beautiful manoeuvre.
That was a
And he's
lovely
almost at
move.
the back end.
He almost lost the back end, but Hutton and Bowen Piper going for it here early in this race. These cars, yeah, just think of take a car and put it on an ice rink and then try and press the go pedal. And that's what it's like trying to drive one of these things. They'll be feeling that at the moment as we get stuck into this race. Only 3 minutes gone. This is only the second lap, and hopefully those temperatures are starting to come up.
Yeah, let's jump up and have a look at 12th place. 12th place. I think Silver is looking to retake that spot there. Oh, he's really pushed. Yep, he's forced the mistake.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
That's a brilliant piece of pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just going to hand it to you there by saying that Silver applying the pressure to the Pro-Am buckling ever so slightly, but Silver holding his nerve, and Wood then back down to 12th, but still leading the way. Nicholson has now got Shepherds behind him, separating him from Gordon. So we've got we've got pros in the mix here in the Pro-Am podium battle, and it's going to be interesting to see how they extract themselves from it or stay part of it, because Nicholson is looking quick, and I tell you what, I don't think Wood's recovered, Isaac, from that little shimmy shake off to the side of the chicane, and Nicholson could find himself with another little spot here.
He certainly could, and keep in mind, this season, Max Silver and Rowan Nicholson are teammates for Defy Motorsports 1, so maybe Max Silver, although he seems to have walked into the distance a little bit, but I was thinking maybe Max Silver could play the team game a little bit. Andre Shepherds has a little look up the inside there on Rowan Nicholson, but he's not close enough to make anything stick this time by. And Daniel Wood has to sit inside a Defy Motorsports sandwich for now. Matt Simmons, though, dropped back down to 10th place, so there's been a mistake for the man that was in 3rd place not too long ago. Simon Bishop's also dropped back down to 6th, and Josh Struick is in 2nd, so something has gone on for 2 of our BCG drivers. They've dropped from 2nd and 3rd to 6th and 10th, so potentially a little bit of inter-team drama maybe.
Yeah, something's going on. Something huge is going on. Elzane with a big wiggle. That chicane is going to kill several drivers. As Elzane swings around the outside.
Cameron Fleming.
Elzane? Yeah. Fleming's losing pace as well.
He is. The BCG drivers, they're not... they're struggling a little bit at the moment, and Elzane now puts himself into a podium position. That is Simon Bishop right behind. So Simon Bishop's also found his way past Nick Carter. He's got 2 very angry TTR cars right behind him at the moment. But he'll sit up in 5th. Here we go. This is going to be feisty on the run down towards turn 1. Oh, there's a little bit of side-to-side contact between the two of them. There's more side-to-side contact. Simon did not appreciate that, and he has sent Nick Carter flying through turn 1. Luckily, did not clean up another car. And that was a bit feisty between both those drivers down the front straight, and ended in disaster for the 711 car. And he is not happy. Oh, another look on the inside, a little bit of contact between Bo and Piper as well. Sorry to come in over the top of you there. That's more contact for Nick Carter. And that was Bo and Piper having a little look up the inside, and that ended in disaster as well. So bad to worse for Nick Carter in this race.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes the back end again. And this is, I did talk about the finite life of the Porsche Cup car tyres, and now he's got them cooked a bit. There's gravel on them. Trying to get them back into temperature is going to be absolutely impossible in the next few laps, that's for sure, especially at a 34-degree track temperature. But Carter tumbling down the order. So that's Dernetti leading with Struick in 2nd, Elzane in 3rd, Fleming in 4th, and Bishop down in 5th place. And he's been hunted by Machin and Tame. And I'll tell you what, if his tyres aren't in the window, he is in trouble. Matt Simmons in 9th place though. He is interestingly positioned for me with these 4 cars. Yeah, Simmons in 9th. he is right behind. Look how close he is to this little group of 4 cars. So he's dropped down the order, but he could certainly go slingshot and back up, especially as we come to the end of lap number 5. Crosses the line. There's a lot of slip seem to be getting. There's not many seconds at all between him and, well, 4 or 5 positions up. He's not quite close enough this time around to Isaac. Honour is the better part of Valor in this one, but he's going to be hunting, and certainly Thames just made a bit of a mistake there through that first chicane. I think Norley might be in the hunt here now. Yeah,
this is gonna get messy if these guys don't give each other the room. We've seen how that can go backwards and how that can bite. Yeah, but I'm just being told by race control as well, a 30-second stop. Go up the inside. Here we go. Matt Simmons on Bob Noy. A little bit of bump and rub on the way through, but they've managed to sort it out, and that's another position gained for the 8 car. And he is back up into 8th place on his charge back through the field now. That leaves Bob Noy a little bit vulnerable to Max Silver behind. He's closed right up to this group of cars, so this has been going to his advantage right now. But just back to what was being told by race control, a 30-second stop-go penalty for the 55 car of, I believe that is Mark Sinclair. And here we go. Oh, look to the outside now for Bob Norley. He's closer to the chicane. Look how close they are with each other. This is brilliant racing from the 2. A nice drive off the corner for Bob Norley. He's got himself alongside Matt Simmons, and now they run down towards the penultimate corner. Up the inside for Bob Norley, heavy on the brakes, manages to pull it up. Both cars still side by side, room given. Oh, and a little bit of contact, and that sends Matt Simmons off the road.
An unfortunate contact there. The two of them absolutely going for it. You have to leave so much room in these Porsche Cup cars. The tiniest of wiggles, the tiniest of touches. And Simmons finds himself back off the track temporarily, and he's now back behind Silver and Norley, who are going to try and run away with it a bit. But best of luck with that, because they're still battling for position. So they're not going to try and run away. They're going to keep fighting for position, which you'll have to see. Oh, that was well held there through that first chicane. Giddy aunt just got giddier. Jeez.
This is on the edge, absolutely on the ragged edge of what is possible in these cars. Bishop in 5th. He's right behind Cameron Fleming, who's, as a consequence, right behind Adam Elzine. And James Machen's not too far off the back of this group either. So Mazzanetti, Josh Struick, they've sort of skipped away into the distance. Mazzanetti 2.5 seconds clear of Josh, and Josh 2.5 seconds clear of Elzine in 3rd. But these guys are now going to have a nice little battle for the back end of the podium. We're 10 minutes into this race, so 15 minutes remaining. We should get at least another 6 or 7 laps in. We're close to the halfway point for our drivers. Tyres will start to wear now. They'll start to feel that tyre wear. As you mentioned earlier, this is a high degradation circuit. It's going to have a lasting effect as these guys are pushing as hard as they can. It's basically qualifying laps for all of these drivers as they try and go as fast as they can. And Simon Bishop, he's just sizing up the back of Cameron Fleming, but he's not close enough that time to make anything happen. Hopefully, he can get a nice run out of here, set himself up on the way down the front straight. A little bit in the dirt there for Cameron Fleming, a bit squirrely on the exit, but he's got the run now. It does Simon Bishop down the front straight. Here we go. Looks to the back of the BCG number 7 car, looks to the inside line for the first corner. Side by side they go. Cameron Fleming won't let him have this one too easily, but he's got it done in the braking zone as Simon Bishop, and he moves up into 4th place. He can now set after Adam Elzine, try and get that podium spot back.
What a battle. Absolutely love it. I'm just, slack-jawed amazement at the control these drivers have got. And yeah, that's exactly what I was about to talk about as well. I was going to say, while we're watching this battle, quick update on the Pro-Ams. It's now Nicholson in the lead. More importantly, Wood is down into 4th place. Our Pro-Am pole sitter is down into 15th overall and 4th place, and is starting to come a bit adrift of one Dawes, who got a mention at the start. And he's on a podium. That's not a bad return. Phoenix rising from the ashes, one might say, Isaac.
We won't jinx it just yet, but it has been a strong performance so far for the man on our screen, Lachlan Dawes. Another man that has had a relatively strong performance at this stage of the race, if I can find him, is Andre Shepherd. Struggled in qualifying, was right down towards the back outside the top 20. and has now found himself up into 13th place, so he's off to a good start. And, oh, massive curb usage there. You can just see how bouncy these cars are, how loose the suspension is. It's almost like a four-wheel drive, the way that suspension just compresses and decompresses if you even touch a curb. And now that's opened up his stablemate, Lachlan Dawes, in the Defy 2 team, who range up to the back of him. Try and find a way past this Defy 2 versus Defy 3. Having a little bit of a look further down the field. Mark Sinclair has served his stop-go penalty. He's back on circuit. Mike Toward, right on the back of, I think that is car 24 to Cax in front. Nathan Howe a couple laps down, so not the debut race in AGT he would have wanted. Remember, there still is one more race to go. We've reached the halfway point of the race as well. It's to Cax in 27th. Max Honeybun in 26th. Ian Stewart is 25th, and then Wayne Tanner, our AM-class champion from Season 2, is in 25th. Jono Stankowski, after starting from the pit lane, is up to 23rd, so he's performing well so far in what is a very nice livery. Almost looks like one of the Bob Jane T-Marts liveries for anyone that watches, the Porsche Carrera Cup Australia. The Bob Jane T-Marts Porsche cars are a staple of that series, and certainly looks like what he's been going for in this livery here. But it looks like, for the most part, we are starting to calm down a little bit and find a little bit of semblance of order, John.
Yeah, and as soon as you've said some semblance of order, it's all going to kick off again, because Dawes and Gordon, the 13th and 14th, are right in one another's pockets, and Simon Bishop can smell a podium. And much like The Rock, we can all smell what Bishop is cooking. He's nearly had it on the way down into the bats as well.
And
Elzine's run wide. Oh,
Cameron
Fleming's run wide, sorry. Oh.
So this is actually a battle for 4th place, and Elzine has skipped away into the distance, and there must have been a mistake at the second to last.
Oh, here's Machin.
Here we go, Machin. Round the outside, or what will be the inside for the run towards turn 1. It's all happening. You can't even look away, because the second you do, something else happens. But he backs out of it, does not make the move up the inside into turn 1. And that's probably a smart move, giving himself the better exit. He has a nice run here on the exit of 3, and that is Cameron Fleming on the grass. They're going to go side by side on the run towards 4 and 5. Up the inside, is there contact? No, there isn't. He just wasn't far enough up the inside, and that's probably a good thing. He's avoided contact. Has to look to the outside with Fleming covering the inside line. They're still side by side, and that will be the position that goes the way of Cameron Fleming for now. Simon Bishop, though, has just skipped off into the distance as a result.
What a race, and of course it happened exactly as Isaac said. It's died down, let's catch our breath. Said, no, that's Imola in the Porsche Cup cars, Isaac. No such thing as catching your breath with drivers. I mean, I'm in a flop sweat for some of these drivers. It's absolutely insane how close they're getting. Again, if you do have access to ACC and you haven't tried the Porsche Cup cars, please find your favourite track, go and do 2 laps. You will have a much higher appreciation of what these drivers are doing at the moment.
That's Cameron Fleming facing the wrong way. That's Cameron Fleming off just as we cut away to look at the battle between Matt Simmons and Bob Norley. He has gone around to the chicane, he's off, and that is a redress position from Machin. Oh, someone else is around in the background. I think that's Max Silver. No, it's not. It's the other TTR car. That is Riley Nicholson that's facing the wrong way. It's Riley Nicholson, the Pro-Am class leader that's around.
Wow.
It's all going on.
Yeah, I can't compute either, Isaac. We're going to need to decompress here for a moment. What on earth is going on? Nicholson, that third chicane, I did say, like, it doesn't matter what car you're driving. I know that Imola is a difficult course start to finish. That third chicane is absolute different gravy because of the track limits there, where the drivers can go over. It means if you want to be quick, you have to go over there, and the drivers are going over, and the back end bounces on these bad boys.
Oh, it bounces.
No denying that. Yeah, I mean, when we say the word suspension in these cars, you do it in air quotes.
Yeah.
Because it's not really suspension, it's pretty much horse and buggy from the 1800s or something. It's just...
It is. They've installed 4 trampolines, 1 on each tyre.
Yep, I can see that. And as the dust set up Machin, so he's caused contact, he has sent Fleming round, he's redressed the position, but obviously he was pretty much at a standstill, so he now finds himself in the middle of the podium battle for the Pro-Ams, which doesn't include Nicholson anymore.
No,
He's now
Nicholson's
down in 20th overall. He has dropped to almost 10th. It's now Gordon who is leading the way in the Pro-Ams, with Dawes in second and Wood back on the podium.
He's
Welcome
found
to
his way back.
AGT,
Oh, that's a
folks.
car going off as well. That's Shepherd's has cut the chicane. And so he must have locked up into the braking zone, had to go straight through the chicane, but it's now meant that Gordon is right behind him. And it's all, as soon as one battle finishes, another one kicks off almost immediately. And it is Gordon that leads the way now in the Pro-Am class over Lachlan Dawes. And we could be not too far away from what you predicted, Mr. John Wright, which is a Pro-Am driver inside the top 10, because Gordon sits 11th and Dawes sits 12th. So they're not too far off the back of a top 10 here.
Indeed they are, yeah. I was just about to say that as well. Gordon, oh, what is that? Nicholson's dropped down. Let me get in the top 10 and make that commentator look semi-talented. Oh, he's really thrown it through there. But yes, certainly Dawes and Gordon in a good position behind Shepherd. Actually, if we want to talk about a good position, Isaac, it seems only fair. I think we should give at least a lap's worth of camera time to one Matt Dernetti. I think if there's something that we've learned in the opening 24 minutes of this race, this course is a card-carrying car killer.
Yes.
It is a certifiable nightmare from start to finish. You could be on your own, you could be with other cars, it will strike at any point in time. Matt Dernetti has not been mentioned because he has retaken the lead. He is now 4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. He is loving life up at the front. And this is a masterclass on how to win a sprint race around a difficult course in a difficult car.
I would like a petition to check Matt Dernetti's suspension, because I'm not convinced he's running the same suspension everybody else is, with the fact that he's been able to keep it going in the forward direction without any trampolining for this long. So I'd like, actually, the top 2 cars, I've seen Adam Elzine's suspension go a bit funny, so I think I'll give him a pass. But Josh Struick and Matt Dernetti, I'd like their suspensions checked, please, if the scrutineers could get on that. We can see Adam Elzine has got the lights flashing for Takacs to get out of the way, because he's got a very hard-charging Simon Bishop not too far behind. Takacs goes off the circuit and now spins as a result. So Takacs has spun. Oh, Liam Tame just narrowly avoids, I think, a spinning Takacs at turn 1. And that is a yellow flag issue for our drivers. Takacs will get back on the circuit, but that is a very hairy moment for all of our drivers as he tries to navigate through here, and he's just driven off the circuit again, sitting. That's a very awkward spot to be stopped as well, with a massive train of cars coming through. So not too sure how the race directors will feel about that one, but he gets back on the circuit now, and we'll be able to let the rest of the train go through. Hopefully Liam Tame got away with no damage there. It looks like, for the most part, his car is in good nick. He lost a little bit of time.
But he's behind Simmons.
He has lost a spot to Simmons, so Matt Simmons has gained a position on Liam Tame and back up into top 5 as a result. And it looks like Simon Bishop has gained a significant chunk of time on Adam Elzine as well.
Yeah, 12th place, please. If we could jump on the 12th place, Mr. Race
Absolutely
Director,
can.
because Dawes, Gordons and Sheepers. Oh,
Here we go.
Aqua Minerale. I think we all know what Aqua was on the track there.
Yeah, that's sweat.
That was... yeah, and the rest.
Oh, look at the suspension. Michael Dawes, he catches it though. That's a great effort to catch that. That car was about as loose as you can get. More bouncy than a child on a trampoline. And he's managed to catch that, keep it going in a straight line. He's lost all of his time though, and it leaves Josh Gordon free of pressure from behind and just able to focus on Shepherd's in front.
Yeah, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's not quite the same with this. They're doing the same thing over and over again at that chicane, and they get varying results. It's fun. It's fun. 1 millimetre either way, and that can create huge amounts of bouncing and really does cause a lack of momentum, which Machin is looking to take advantage of. He is very firmly reeling in Dawes now. Dawes now 1.1 down on Gordon and Shepherd's, and Shepherd's has dropped to second. Gordon's dropped to second behind Shepherd's. He has seen that Dawes is. Oh no, now. Ignore me, because Dawes is back to within 7/10 already.
Yep.
Wow,
Here we go.
he's closed that gap right back up. Yeah, so Gordon's going to be looking over his shoulder again, and Machin is now in the hunt. He's not having any of this talk of pro-ams in the top 10. He's looking to get back there himself, Isaac, and he's catching up at the right time. Keep it neat through these next few corners and get the drag out with Ravatsa along that start-finish straight, and see if you can't get yourself a position or two.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Patience, though, will be the key here. A little bit loose on the exit, coming through Aqua Minerale and up the run towards the chicane. And patience, that's what he needs, James Machin. He doesn't want to rush this. He doesn't want to try and force a move where there isn't one. Lachlan Dawes runs wide again. This will leave him vulnerable on the run down towards the last two corners. James Machin is going to pull to the inside, have a little bit of a look here. Sweeps around the outside of that corner, back to the inside for the penultimate corner, and gets that move done into turn 19 now. And now Daniel Wood right in behind Lachlan Dawes as well. So this is left the man that was second, or is second in class, vulnerable. The man that not too long ago was actually leading this class. 1 minute and 58 seconds to go, which means we should get 2 more laps. So this lap and 1 more. We're almost to the end. Max Silver has found his way past Bob Norley and up into 6th place, I should say as well. And Adam Elzine has dropped to 9th. So Adam Elzine has dropped right down the order. And must have been an incident somewhere for the number 16 Porsche driver.
Yeah, I would say so, because he was showing some very solid pace at the start of the race. Oh, that's loose. Yep, I saw that coming before it even happened. And he's having a look at the left-hander. It's an interesting place to think about it. But if you get presented with the opportunity, you've got to go for it. If you don't go for gaps, are you even racing? Tell you what, there's some good defensive work by Elzine, looking to take the middle line, looking to make it as difficult as possible without and keeping it well within the rules. He's having a look at the inside on the way down to Aqua Minerale, and he's going to get the run here now. Please tell me they're about to go side by side through Aqua Minerale. No, they're not. They've decided the sensible route. And I tell you what, Gordon about to get up to 9th?
It could
the third driver in the train is often the best.
Oh, Dawes is off in the background.
He's close enough.
Dawes is off in the background, so it's all going on. That's going to leave Daniel Wood with the ability to go up the inside. The leader is on the final lap of the race. Machin has dropped. No, Machin's
He's dropped another position. He was, yeah.
He was. He got ahead of Dawes.
Still in front
he's
of
still
Dawes,
where he was.
Got ahead of Dawes, yeah.
He's still where he was, so he hasn't dropped a position just yet. Adam Elzine, though, he's coming under pressure now from Sheppers. Sheppers, if he can get the nice run out of the final corner, he could look on the way down towards turn 1. The slipstream here, super powerful. As we have seen time and time again, this is the final lap of the race, so this is his last opportunity to get something done down the front straight. Elzine protects the inside line on the run towards turn 1. He's going to have to go the long way if he wants to try and do this. Sheppers looks to the outside, but it's just not able to get it done under braking, and that will mean that Adam Elzine holds on for a little bit longer. Our race leader is running down into Aqua Minerale at the moment. We'll keep a very close eye on him so that we don't miss him crossing the line. But this is where the battle is on track at the moment. Loose from Adam Elzine. He's into the dirt. And that will mean that he drops right down behind pretty much all of these cars. He ran wide on the exit and left himself vulnerable. And now Lachlan Dawes is looking to drive past him as well, is he? Gonna get the move done? No, he's just a little bit of a moment on the exit, which didn't give him the drive that he needed, and he will hold on. But that means that Gordon is still will jump up into 10th place, I believe, when they cross the line.
Race leader, final corner.
Race leader at the final corner. Here we go. This is it for Martinetti, our Season 2 GT3 champion. He's going to open his Porsche Cup account with a win. He didn't even want to race in this series, but he's here. Martinetti wins race 1 at Imola. Josh Struick will cross the line to come P2, and Simon Bishop, a great drive back through the top 10 to finish on the podium in 3rd. Matt Simmons, and also a great drive back through the top 10, will finish in 4th. Liam Tame in 5th. Max Silver, what an effort to come home in 6th place in this race. Bob Norley as well. There's some great performances all around here. Cameron Fleming 8th. Andre Sheppers will hold on for what is a very intense battle to finish 9th over Josh Gordon. We get a Pro-Am car in the 10th for you, John Wright.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Gordon. Phenomenal. Can we call him Flash Gordon now? I've been holding on to that one since the start of the race. Yeah, we can. Wood brings home a podium, second place no less. What a race with Dawes in third place in the Pro-Am. Joy and Piper finishing fourth and fifth, with Griffin going to bring it home in sixth place. Nicholson, seventh position after starting in third place, so big drop down the order for Nicholson. He'll be looking to fight straight back in race number 2. Thomas, Tanner and Stewart all just inside the top 10 for the Pro-Ams. There's got a couple of drivers. There is Nismo Nath, 25th place overall, to Cax coming round the last corner. Oh, just losing it a bit. And it's the tyres. It absolutely is the tyres. It has such an effect on them. And yeah, we could see the degradation as the laps went on. The lap times not improving, but certainly the handling that the drivers had was diminishing, Isaac. And we really are going to see that again in race 2. It'll be interesting to see if any drivers adjust how they start the race to try and keep a bit of tyres towards the end.
That's going to have to be something that they think about, I would say, and put a little bit of strategy. They know what the tyre life is like now. So what will they choose to do in this second race? Let's have a look again at our top results. We're being told Simon Bishop fell backwards as a result of some contact with Matt Donetti. So a little bit of contact between our two front row drivers is the reason that Simon Bishop was where he was, so I'm sure that may have to be looked at by the stewards later on. But Matt Donetti takes the race victory, opens his account with a very strong performance, and then it is Josh Struick over Simon Bishop on our podium. Our Pro-Am class podium is Josh Gordon. Daniel Wood, after dropping to 10th in class at one stage, now back to 12th. And then it was, I'll get that back up again as I was so rudely interrupted, it was Lachlan Dawes on his return to AGT. First time in a while he's been behind the wheel of any sort of GT car, and it's a cup car no less, and he comes home a very respectable 13th place. But now we get straight back into it, John, with another qualifying session, 8 more minutes of qualifying ahead of us.
Oh yes, straight back into it. No rest for the wicked, Isaac. And it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I alluded to it before we started the race. Having a good race 1, could certainly set you in good stead for race 2. Arguably, there's a few drivers there in race 1 that didn't have a good race. How are they going to carry that forward into race 2? And the tyre wear question as well. How are the drivers going to approach lap 1 now? Are they going to change? Oh, pick up a bit of gravel there on the tyres. That'll help with some extra grip, surely. But yeah, how are they going to adjust potentially even their warm-up lap? How are they going to look at braking in the first lap? I do think we're going to see a very different race here in race number 2, and I think we're going to see a lot of the pace come towards the end now that the drivers have figured out what the tyres are going to do over the 25 minutes. I think, Isaac, we're going to see a few drivers, as I say, try and save their tyres for the end of the race rather than getting stuck in quite so much at the start. It's going to be difficult. Some tantalising opportunities may have to be lit past, but yeah, if you can keep the pace towards the end of the race, that would certainly be beneficial from what we've seen in that first race there. We would get in the top 10 in the final 2 laps. Yeah,
there's definitely some advantage to be had by just looking after your tyres as well, I think. Making sure that they're well looked after in that opening stint. It's not over until it's over, and 25 minutes of racing, while it seems short compared to what we're used to here at AGT, it's still a long time, and anything can happen, as we know. And if anything can happen, it probably will happen. But it seems again, in a qualifying session, Matt Simmons and Matt Donetti are inseparable at the moment, line astern, as they run through turn 1 and 2 for the first time in this qualifying session. And they're just, Matt Donetti trying to use the slipstream of his Matthew counterpart to his advantage. Who do you think, though, John Wright, obviously we looked at what happened in the first qualifying session. Do we think we see someone like a Les Sandwith or an Andre Sheppers, now that they have a little bit more time at this circuit and in this car, getting used to how it handles over a race? Do we think we see them perform a little bit better in this qualifying session?
I definitely think we could see the top 14 all being the pros here, most definitely. I mean, we've seen As good and as quick as the Pro-Am drivers are, this is one of these tracks where to get it right, you need to get it right, and it can certainly separate the quicker drivers from the slower tracks like Kailami, things like that. You will see a good mix of the Pro-Ams, even Indianapolis, your Barcelona maybe not so much, bad example that one. The quick drivers are really quick there. Whoa!
Who's that?
Can't park there, mate.
Oh,
That's one way to
95.
warm your tyres.
It's 55, sorry. That's the Victory Motorsport car of Mark Sinclair facing the wrong way. And that is certainly one way to warm your tyres indeed. But I don't think he's going to be too appreciative of the damage that he'll have as a result of making contact with the wall. So there's a little bit of a catch-22 there. But 4 minutes into this session, still no time set. This should be the first time set of the session from Matt Simmons. What is it going to be as he crosses the line? It is... nothing. It is no time. No one set a time. Both laps invalidated.
There we go. No, that was it.
No,
yeah, the finish line is a lot further along than the start line. It's one of those courses
Simon
that's...
Bishop. So Matt Simmons and Matt Tonetti both invalidated their times. Simon Bishop, though, has set a time of 1:43.5. So Josh Struick, though, 1:43.3. So he improves and jumps up, and here we go. The time starts to tumble now.
Indeed they do, yeah. Machin gets it to within a second. There's Carter Fleming. Nicholson. Now he's set a good early time compared to his last one. He's already well in the hunt there with 1.7 off the 43.3. So already going as quick as session one, which bodes well for him. Shepard does get a time set. He's 2.9 off the pace at the minute. Silver just coming through the first. So yeah, quite a few drivers invalidating on their first attempted run. We've got, 16 times in at the moment. Potentially 2 more to come. There's 1 more driver across the line, so that's 18 we're up to. 1 more about to cross the line as well. 19.
19
so
drivers.
19, yeah, so 2/3 of the field managing to get a lap on their first runs. Just goes to show you how important it is to get a banker lap around here, because they're now effectively... they've got 2 laps left now to get a time set, so they'll be feeling the pressure. And Simmons, certainly after his heroics in session 1, he'll be keen to lay that marker down and give the rest of the field something to chase, rather than be doing the chasing himself, Isaac.
Yeah, and there's no time. If you muck up a lap, there's no time to jump back to the pit lane and come back out again. It's a long out lap here, and the times come in for both Matt Simmons and Matt Tonetti, and it's not quite where they'd want it to be. They are 6/10 back. Or 8/10 back if you're Matt Tonetti, so this is not the qualifying session they would have wanted so far. And there's only 2 minutes, so they'll get this lap and maybe 1 more if the tyres can hold on. That's the thing, you only get a limited number of tyres, or a limited amount of time, I should say. If I can find my words, to get a lap in. There's not really enough time to go back to the pit lane, put on a fresh set of boots, come back out, do a whole nother out lap, get the tyres up to temperature and go again. You're pretty much out on the circuit, and it's just go, go, go for 8 minutes, and that's what these guys have to do, and that's why it's important to nail laps early.
Absolutely crucial, as you say, to nail those laps early. The traffic scenario as well, if you have a look at the track map in the bottom right there, it is busy. It is busy, and that can certainly play into it. We've got groups 2, 3, 4 cars all running very close to one another, and that doesn't help with the tyre wear either. I mean, these cars aren't blessed with much in the way of aerodynamics, but certainly what they do have, the tyres can rely on it, of course. If all the pressure is on Takacs to try and get through the first chicane. Oh, he did so very well. He almost held that there.
Almost held it, but lose the back end. Max Silver, though, he's jumped up into 10th place in this session so far, 1.2 seconds back. It seems to be a relatively closer session. They're a little bit spread out in the first session. That's Bowen Piper getting out of the way of Max Silver, his team boss. Because I don't want to anger the team boss today. I'm just going to get out of his way in the in the team camp. Oh, a little bit loose from Max Silver. He's going to go around, catches it though. But that will ruin this lap. He'll get 1 more go at it. Try and get out of the way of this traffic who are on laps coming through now. But he'll get 1 more crack at this with Only 21 seconds remaining in this session. Matt Tinetti has gone to the top with a 42.9, so he is quick now. He's found the pace, as has Matt Simmons, so pressure goes back onto Josh Struick. Simon Bishop, what can they do? Can they put in a banker time, a solid time here with 5 seconds remaining in this session? So this is it. This is everybody's last lap. You do not get another chance, so make this one count.
Indeed, it is. Oh wow! Look how close he is to the rest of the field. Wow, Nicholson Hutton
off the circuit. And that'll be the end of his session for Nathan Hutton. That is it. Here we go. Lachlan Dawes. He's got the two Matts right in the background. Matt Simmons though backed out of it. Let Matt Tinetti go. So Matt Tinetti's on a lap. Matt Simmons was not improving. Can Matt Tinetti improve on his time? He's got a Defy Motorsports car, though, in front of him, who was also on a flying lap and won't be super keen to have to try and ruin his lap to get out of the way. Matt Tinetti, though, will probably want him to, and he doesn't necessarily have to. So will he be impeded here? It doesn't look like he's going to be impeded too much. This will actually go in his favour. He'll get a slipstream run, dives into the pit lane, so was not improving. So that's the end of his session. Simon Bishop, will he improve on the run towards the line for his lap? Yes, he does. He jumps. Oh, look at that gap between Matt Tinetti and Simon Bishop. That is about as close as you can get without doing the exact same time. Josh Struick, what can he do on his run towards the start-finish line now? Does he improve? No, he does not. He stays in third. James Machen jumps up at the last second into fifth. Nick Carter does not improve. Max Silva, can he improve on his time? Coming through the penultimate corner, now the final corner, turn 19. Nice exit off of there, using a lot of curb. That was very loose with the suspension, or the trampolines I should say, sorry, on the exit. Crosses the line. Will he improve his time, put himself in the top 10? He does, goes to 9th.
Wow. 12 pros. Shepherds did improve just as Isaac had predicted. Got a bit of a feel for the track. I did think it was going to be a solid 14. We've got a couple of the pros that have Elzine this time. Really struggling down in 18th. And Sandwith, again, not getting to grips with this track at all in this car. Going to start down in 26th position. Now, Takacs didn't get a time set. So we'll see what happens there, but certainly with the rest of the field, as close as it gets once again. Hutton this time making a start from a podium position. Gordon really not having a solid run at all. He finds himself 4/10 off a pole in the Pro-Ams and starting in 4th place. So a bit of a minor change in the Pro-Am starting order, but certainly Wood and Nicholson regaining 1st and 3rd like they did, are retaking 1st and 3rd like they did in quali number 1. But up at the top with the pros, Isaac,
they're sharing the love.
Startling again. Yes, they are. I'm about to hand it over to you with that. The purple sectors once again spread out, but Strike this time throwing his hat in the ring, taking Sector 1 quicker than anybody took Sector 1 in Quali 1.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying in that first sector, Josh Struick. He's found his groove in the first sector, but look how close it is between those top three, just over 10th of a second. Look how close it is between Simon Bishop and Matt Tinetti. Look at the difference in that last sector and in that middle sector. So Simon Bishop about a 10th quicker in the middle sector, and Matt Tinetti about a 10th quicker in the final sector. So they're sharing it around between the top three. We've got 30 seconds to go before we get underway for the final race of the evening here. This is the Porsche Carrera Cup Challenge, AGT ACC, brought to you on AGT TV in partnership with TrackSpotTV. It's time for a revolution in sim racing. If you are watching this and thinking you're loving the product that you're seeing, you want to get some broadcasting done for your sim league or a sim league that you know, do not hesitate to reach out. The website www.trackspot.tv, and we can certainly hook you up. George and the team at TrackSpotTV do some amazing work. They did all the work for our GT3 seasons that we've done so far, and now they've come on board for this Porsche Cup Series, which is amazing. They work across all platforms, Assetto Corsa, Gran Turismo, iRacing, and I'm sure many, many more as well. Formula One is another one I can think of off the top of my head. And if you fancy yourself a bit of a gun in the commentary box, or you want to get involved with some commentary, head over there as well. Register your interest. We'd love to have you on the team and building this amazing commentary base that we have here, because we have such a fantastic team, don't we, John?
Indeed we do. The Scottish guy can be a bit annoying, but the rest of the Aussie and New Zealand lads, they're all pretty sound. But yeah, no, TrackSpotTV, can't endorse it enough. I use them myself, as you can see in the bottom corner there. RavenComms is powered proudly by TrackSpotTV, and the work that myself and George especially, does in the background. But yeah, an absolute phenomenal team of commentators with some incredible sim and real life racing experience under their belts, and the broadcasting is absolutely incredible. And definitely not saying that because I do some of the broadcasting. Oh yeah, wait, no, I am. But yeah. Well, yeah, get yourself over to TrackSpotTV and get yourself hooked up. So much still to come from them as well, and us. Yeah, exciting times. Getting on the ground floor.
Absolutely, get yourself involved. It's a wonderful company doing some amazing things, and we're super glad to have them on board for here at AGT. And I believe there's something in the works to maybe to organise something for our GT7 series as well, so keep an eye out for that, because that'll just bring our broadcast for that to a whole new level. But here we are, not too far away from the final race of the evening, the second of two, and Martinetti is in the box seat. He's in pole position for this race. Simon Bishop got the jump on him off the line though last time, so we'll have to see if he can do the same thing yet again.
Yeah, the start is going to be interesting. I did say we might see some drivers holding back. Probably not the two up at the front. Dernetti and Bishop both got points to prove this time around. Dernetti was jumped off the start line and had to retake it after there was a bit of contact between his competitors. Bishop, of course, looking to prove that he is the quicker of the two. He's been beaten out in quali, but he's not been beaten out into turn one so far. So it's going to, and yeah, Strike being in the mix as well. And Machin up to 5th place this time for his start. That's, yeah, that's an interesting one.
Stankowski started in the pit lane for the last race, but has made the race start this time around, so will be on the grid on the 3rd row. But right, here we go. The cars have put themselves into a 2x2 formation. They'll roll over their grid boxes. It's a very slow 60 kilometers an hour, so super slow run towards the start-finish line. They're almost at a crawl at the moment, and trying to find every little bit of advantage that they can. These two at the front, they don't want to give the other one any sort of room. We're not too far away though, as we roll across what is technically the finish line and running towards the start line. We're not too far away from green flag. I can see the starter getting ready. There we go. Drive through for Les Sandwith off the start. So that's out of position. But here we go. Much better start for Martinetti off the line. And he will hold on up the inside into turn one. They're going to go side by side. But it is Simon Bishop with the inside back. But it's a great exit from Martinetti, who'll hold on to the race lead this time around. So that's an advantage and a gain over what happened in the first race. He stays in the lead of the race for now. We've got cars side by side in the background. And they all get themselves sorted on the run through turns 5 and 6 for the first time in this race. They're all, look at them in the background, spread out absolutely everywhere, all over the shop. And side by side is Adam Elzine. Didn't get the race start he would have wanted. Struggled in qualifying. Was down in 16th, and he's gone backwards off the start here. He's got Lachlan Dawes and Riley Nicholson for company here at the start of this one. There's a car going the wrong way in the background. There's Nathan Howe. Massive contact with the outside wall. And that is huge damage for the 37 Hooncorp car. Hopefully he can push on with minimal effect to his race. There's still a long way to go, but that is not a great way to start this race, to have damage straight away.
Yeah, no, not what you want on the opening lap. Absolute elbows out all the way. It's not even elbows out. It's trying to control these cars on cold tyres, even if it is 32 degrees. Although, yeah, 32, so 2 degrees colder than the previous race. Absolute ice cold Whatever it is that flows through the veins of Matt Dernetti, most likely alien DNA. He's got himself absolutely sorted off the start line this time. No sluggish starts here. He has taken it. He took the battle into turns 1, 2, and 3, and he came out victorious at the minute. Strike, of course, losing the position down to 4th with Simmons making that jump past him. We can see Fleming in 9th place, looking quick behind Liam Tame, Wood and Hutton. 1st and 2nd in the Pro-Am still. Nicholson has dropped off the podium hugely. Nicholson.
All the way down the back.
Oh, wow. So Nicholson's been caught up in something once again, a lot earlier this time around. The car looking fairly pristine, so maybe just a run off track when they're so close. Oh, there's the cack's off and someone else is off as well.
I think who is that? That is off the circuit. I think it's Ian Stewart. It is. The 95 car facing the wrong way at the exit of turn 2. And a 30-second stop go for Les Sandwith for speeding on entry to the pit lane. So it's gone from bad to worse for the 15 car. And I tell you now, John, if I had $1 for every time Les Sandwith got a drive-through and then a 30-second stop go for speeding on the pit lane in his drive-through, I'd be a very rich man, because it seems to happen so often for him, and I feel so bad for him, because it's so tricky here with these cars and at this circuit with where the pit entry line is to get it stopped, and that's going to sting. Yeah,
it's not the type of consistency you want as a race driver. To be picking up those penalties, but yeah, that is an absolute heartbreaker. Needs get very close on the way into the Vadset there. That is right in the back pocket there for Tame. Oh, he's going for it again.
Sorry, that was I think that was Stankowski in the background, very loose on the exit of the final corner. I apologise for jumping in over the top of you there, but it seems like every time I look away, something else is going on. Here we go. James Machen's going to have a look to the outside of Jono Stankowski on the run towards turn 1. Heavy on the brakes. Stankowski, though, will cover him off. They look for a little bit of a switchback, but they can't get it done there. Liam Tame sitting right in behind this little battle pack. He's trying to find his way past the other TTR car of Nick Carter, but nothing doing on the run in towards turn 5 and 6. And now into I believe this is turn 7. But it's just, I want to say it's calming down, but it's not really. It's just difficult to overtake in this sector. They're still right with each other, but there's not really anywhere that you can safely overtake without maybe causing an incident. Unless you're super brave, and that's Max Silver getting a little bit loose under brakes behind. I believe that's his teammate of Sheppers it is, so there's a positional change there. Sheppers jumps up inside the top 10. Max Silver now will be vulnerable behind to the man that's leading the Pro-Am class. Again, for the second time at the start of a race, it's Daniel Wood leading the way. Hopefully he can stay there this time around, make it easier for himself. And Simon Bishop, he's dropped right off Martinetti. Martinetti has gone, see you later, everybody. I'm off. Thanks very much for coming, but I'm just going to run 3.4 seconds up the road. And Simon Bishop now has to look backwards, not forwards, with a very fast-charging Matt Simmons and Josh Struick right behind.
Yeah, the top 4, three of the top 4 certainly keeping it close, but Dernetti not having any of it. He's actually got a bigger gap now than he did when Bishop was off track. So striking the gang brought it very close to him, but at the moment he's already 3.2 seconds up with only less than 6 minutes of the race expire. Certainly there's Sheepers hanging just outside the top 10. Much better race for him so far. Wood and Hutton very close, going for it side by side into the first chicane. Oh, that's gnarly, sorry. Getting a bit gnarly over those curves. That is absolutely not what he needs to be doing. He's got the top of the Pro-Am podium battle going on just ahead of him, because Hutton and Wood are very close. That is just, I mean, is that commitment or insanity? The way they're throwing the car at those curves, it just leaves them so wayward. I know drivers like to gather up the car, but that does seem like a lot of eggs on the floor at times. We've got Tame, Fleming and Carter chasing Machen, who's got Stankowski just ahead of him. Now this is an interesting proposition here as well. All these drivers quick. We know that, and we've seen how easy it is to make a mistake, and Stankowski's already made a couple. He makes another one, and he could find himself down quite a few positions very quickly indeed. The killer third chicane, as it will be known in the annals of AGT history. I'm sure that thing that's taken out more drivers this race than, yeah, the entirety of drivers that were lost in the whole of season 2. Stankowski still got this train here, Isaac. This is an interesting proposition. Machin, Carter and Tame will be absolutely on point here, and this could easily go into a 3 or 4 wide at some point.
Very much could be gloves off, all bets off at some point if these guys continue the way that they are going on. We've got 17 minutes. We're almost at 10 minutes into this race now. Oh man, how time flies when you're having fun. 4 laps down. Not the run that Stankowski would have wanted through turn 1. That gave Machin a little bit of a window of opportunity, but he just wasn't able to capitalise. And now Nick Carter is sitting right in behind. Liam Tame maybe just smartly has dropped slightly off the back of this group just to give them a little bit of breathing room. I don't think he really wants to be caught up in any of the incidences that could come if these guys get a little bit messy with their bold overtaking manoeuvres as this race goes on. Looking further down the field, Nathan Hutton and Daniel Wood, technically CP Motorsports stablemates, one running the number 1 car in being Nathan Hutton, Daniel Wood running the number 2 CP Motorsports car. So slightly different liveries, but they are battling at the moment for first place in that Pro-Am field. Lachlan Dawes, again, finds himself 3rd place in the Pro-Am class. So he is performing very well, 15th place on the road. Adam Joy is having a much better race this race, sitting in, 17th place, sorry, just adjusted on my screen, to 17th place and 4th in class, so he's going well. And Les Sandwith has finally got that stop-go cleared and is a fair way down the back. A lot of work for him to do to make up time in this race. Looking back towards the front, this battle is still going on for the last spot in the top 5 between what seems to be the back end of the top 10.
It's quite a battle, sorry. I was just doing some analysis on the starting grid there and seeing where the big movers and shakers are. Again, Nicholson dropping down the order, but this battle, as you say, just inside the top 10. It is as fiery and as close as you get. Very tactical and strategic at the minute. The driver, oh, he strategically held on the back of that there. But yeah, Nick Carter very close. Simmons and more
in the grass.
Dust kicked up.
I like off-roading these cars. I don't think they're built for off-road.
Nope, definitely not. Driver's trying to find out the hard way though.
That's
Silver, one of the drivers, yeah, he was off in race 1. He knows how to pick up gravel on the tyres around here. He just needs to make sure he doesn't pick up gravel on this one. He's got Fleming just ahead of him. An interesting battle there. But I'll tell you, Shepherd's, Wood and Hutton, that is a cracking little battle going on because Norley is still sandwiched there as well.
Big moment from Max Silver there. Got loose on the exit and catches it on the run down to Aquaman and Rowe. That's not a place you want to feed yourself into the wall.
Indeed, yeah. If we jump on board with Wood in 12th, actually, he is still all over the back of Shepherds, and Hutton really is putting the pressure on as well. As you can see, as you said, teammates driving very close to one another on track, and not the neatest there right through by Norley or Wood. In fact, Wood running wide on the way out, Norley on the way in, but it does look like Norley has got the best exit out of everyone. Hutton seemed to get it through there okay, but and he's gone full send into Ravazza. He's made it work on the brakes there. Beautiful work by Norley. That is how you make a send stick. I tell you what, that is Hutton just lighting up the back tyres on the way out of Ravazza. So that puts a pro between first and second.
Yes, so
the Pro-Ams won't be too sad to see that, I'm sure.
No, they will not. They will, I think, a bit of breathing room for Daniel Wood from here. Loose on the 8 run into turn 1. Carried a lot of speed. That car was sideways. I'd love to see the onboard of the correction there. Bob Norway, as a result, got a little bit loose, and Nathan Hutton will find his way back past the 82 car and gets up into 13th place once again. So it's all happening. That is Lachlan Dawes off in the background as well. Reminder, we've still got a battle going on at the front. James Machin still right behind Nick Carter, he was close at one stage, but they've dropped off a little bit. Cameron Fleming and Max Silver have ranged up to the back of this group, so the 5th through to 8th is now becoming 5th through to 10th, and this battle pack is just growing and growing by the minute. And with Sheppers going the way he is, he could pull those guys in front all the way up to the back of this group, and we could have maybe a 7 or 8 car battle for 5th spot.
Yeah, very, very, very easily. Because, yeah, Norley as well, down in 14th. Let's not forget him. He is very close to Hutton and looking to get himself back in front. So that's going to be another close battle as well. But also, we're actually seeing a drop in the gap at the top. Bishop has made 9/10ths under Nettie and set the fastest lap of the race. And as he crosses the line this time, oh, it's bang. Wow. They've just set identical laps.
Oh, there you go. They have
absolutely
nailed
wild.
that. And they are a fan in this series of just setting this same lap time for some reason. We saw that a couple times in season 2, especially in that top 10 shootout at Watkins Glen. Josh Struick and Simon Bishop set the same lap time as we reach the halfway point of the race now. 12.5 minutes remaining. Loose on the exit. That is Max Silver, I think, that got on the grass, and he loses a bunch of positions there. As a result, will be passed by James Machin, and that is untidy from the 75 car. I'll be frustrated at that, but it's time to reset himself, regather. There's still plenty of time. Cameron Fleming, though, has found his way. So something must have happened with James Machin, because he's dropped behind Liam Tame and Cameron Fleming. So there's something going on with this little group. Nick Carter has dropped right away now from John Ostankowski, and Liam Tame about a second away from Nick Carter as a result. Battle, though, is between these two on our screen. Max Silver, James Machin battling over 9th spot.
Indeed they are. Oh, through Aquaman Rally, and yeah, when you're carrying just a little bit more pace than the driver ahead, you need to lift and move, and he's definitely carrying more pace at the minute. Silver, although a couple of points in attack, oh, he's looked like he's been driving on Quicksilver. He managed to get some grip there, but certainly putting the pressure on Machin to get himself a single-digit finish. As Isaac said, we've just passed the halfway mark in the race. So we'll see who's saved their tyres. Oh, and we'll see, I tell you what, Machin very tentative in the braking zone there. He's maybe trying to do a bit of tyre saving just to keep the advantage. Certainly on the way into Ravazza, it's the exit to Ravazza that you need, and that's exactly what he's got. He has left Silver out with the slipstream range. So he is going to be fine through one and into the first chicane. So good exit for him. Bishop loses 3/10ths to Dernetti up at the front of the field. Now 4/10ths. And Bishop still gaining time on Simmons, who's got a strike within a second as well. Stankowski 5 seconds behind. Certainly a better race for him this time around. Carter and Tame 6th and 7th, but certainly Silver and Machin. Oh,
bit of an off-road adventure there for Max Silver. And
so easy done.
Absolutely. Super easy to do. We've seen many a driver do it throughout this race. Daniel Wood loose in the background. He's got Andre Sheppers for company, and then they've got Bob Norley not too far behind. So this battle pack starting to shape up again as well for the back end of the top 10. And
yeah, Dawson Hutton as well.
Aussie and Hutton. We'll have a look at that one within a second.
Podium.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
The back end of the podium. Adam Joy, 6 seconds back on these guys, so probably out of podium contention at this stage unless something major happens. But Adam Elzine is actually super close. Oh, Joy has lost a bunch of spots. Oh, massive inside curb for Josh Gordon. Massive amount of air in that car. Took a heap of curb through the second phase vacuum in Raleigh, trying to put a move on Adam Elzine, and that, as a result, has lost him a handful of positions. He drops back down to what will be 18th place.
Yeah. Oh, and again, that finish again, we seem like broken down records. Suspension, curves, Imola. End of story. The absolute story of the race so far, Isaac, and it's going to continue, DB. We've got 9 minutes still to go, and the drivers are going to just keep doing this because it's how you get the cars round. It's insanity, but yeah, here we go. Still places up for grabs, podiums up for grabs, and the battles are getting even closer. Yeah, Fleming all over the back of Carter again, and Strike is catching up to Simmons and putting an absolute hurt on Simmons at the minute.
Here we go. This is a battle for the overall podium. But not only is it the pro podium, it's the overall podium. And Josh Struick, who finished second in race 1, he'll want 2 podiums in a row to cement himself in a strong position in this championship. He would have been a key championship contender in Season 2 of the GT3s, but he missed the first 2 rounds, which meant he was on the back foot. He's hoping to make every single round of this championship and give himself the best opportunity to win it. Here we go on the run towards the 3rd chicane. He was looking to the outside, but Matt Simmons was just too far ahead. Look at the curb usage between these guys. I'm shocked that they can use that much curb and get away with it. That's Cax off in the background, letting the leaders go through. Going slowly at the moment. And moves against, that clears that yellow flag. But Josh Struick, he's right behind the number 8 car now. This battle for the podium may go to the end of this race, may last this last 7 minutes, which I am rubbing my hands together at the thought of happening.
Yes. Still possessions up for grabs, and Strike certainly looking for that podium. Simmons is going to have to be absolutely on point if he's going to hold on to it here. We've got Fleming still trying to go past Carter. We've also got Wood, Shepers and Norley. Wood still leading the way in the Pro-Ams in 11th place overall. We've got Shepers and Norley, who've just swapped positions, in fact. On the way up to Ravazza. Norley and Shepard swap position. Norley back up to 12th place. Hutton and Dawes still rounding out the Pro-Am podium. Is still only 7/10 apart, as we've seen. That is... Oh.
That's a change of position for the podium. So that's up the inside. Josh Struick. And on the run towards, I believe that's turn 7. And Matt Simmons now has to do the work to try and get it back. He's not going to let him go, though, without a fight. Look how close they are on the run down towards Aqua Minerale, and it's not really the place you want to try and overtake through here, so we'll calm ourselves down a little bit. A nice exit off here, though, could give him the run into the chicane. It was a lovely exit for Matt Simmons. What can he do on the run towards chicane? Does he go for a late look? No, he doesn't. He sticks in behind, just trying to maximize his exit here, I'm sure. But that was a lovely exit for Josh Struick as well, so maybe the tyre life going the way of the CP Motorsports driver at the moment, down towards the first Ravazza. Heavy on the brakes, both these cars. Closing up under braking is Matt Simmons, but it seems that Josh Struick might just have a little bit more in at the moment, a little bit of a squiggle on the exit, but it just, I think that is position done for Josh Struick, and he won't really look backwards too much now. He'll try and keep his eyes forward.
Yep, that's exactly the key in these cars, is to keep looking forward. Keep your eye on the track. Keep your eye on your entrances and exits to the corner, and just put in your laps. Hope the driver behind doesn't catch that slipstream, but Struick with a solid move on Simmons. He's kept his tyres well. Oh, here comes Hutton on Shepers.
This is Dawes, Shepers and Hutton all going forward at the moment. It's a 3-way battle. And this puts Dawes second in class. And Shepers, he was bold to go for the look up the inside. Didn't quite make it work. That's left him vulnerable to Hutton now. On the run down towards turn 4. Can he make something happen? There's a yellow flag on the front straight. I believe that's for a car in the pit lane. Loose from Hutton on the exit. Does he catch it? He does. What a piece of car control. Shepers goes to the outside of Dawes to get back up into 13th place, but Dawes holds on for now, and this is a brilliant piece of choreographed racing. I want to say choreographed, they have not planned this out at all, but the choreography between these three is brilliant. Oh, a little bump under brakes for Shepers. He has to back out of it. He doesn't hit Dawes, which is an amazing effort, but you could see the bump under brakes for that car just unsettled the front end, and he went straight on. Yeah,
20th place. Looks like there's an absolute titanic struggle going on down in 20th. Look at this. Yeah, these have been swapping positions. Have been so close. Nicholson within half a tenth of Toward, and I've got Sinclair absolutely all over the back of them. They have swapped positions a couple of times while we were watching the battle ahead, and certainly not looking to be forgotten. Nicholson with another tough start to the race, looking to bring back some positions in the closing stages, and I absolutely wouldn't bet against him doing so. How the driver feeling the pressure from the two behind, half a second separating these three with only 4 minutes left to go, so not long left. to get it done, but it will feel like an absolute eternity if you're the one being chased. Oh, Liam Tame in 6th is within.
He's got him.
I don't. Yeah.
Got him? No, maybe not. Oh, no, I can't tell. No, Liam Tame has actually fallen behind Cameron Fleming, and now he's vulnerable to Nick Carter. So here we go. Some drama everywhere you look. We look at one battle, something happens in another battle. We have to have like 4 different cameras going at once. We have to have it in split screen just to see what's going on up and down the field. I think we need individual cameras on every single car at all times, just so we definitely don't miss anything, because it feels like every time we look away, something else happens. And Nick Carter now putting the pressure on a vulnerable Liam Tame for 7th place.
And I think Bishop's just had an incident. He's just lost 2 seconds, so he's either on 3 track warnings, or he's had an incident, because he's not only has he lost 2 seconds to Dernetti. Yes, that is Strike in 3rd place, who we've seen put a move already on Simmons, as Nicholson still keeping our attention as well, still trying to get his way past now. This is to get into the top 5. Oh.
He was super close, as you can see by the gap. He was super close to the back of Nathan Howe. He did very well to hold that, indeed, did Riley Nicholson, but he must have had an incident somewhere, because he's dropped further off the back. He was within about 100th of a second at one stage, so he's definitely got the pace to keep up. 2/10 now is the gap.
Strike within half a second.
Struik within half a second of Simon Bishop. So this battle for the podium, he's bringing Matt Simmons with him as well. So this is starting to kick off, and that is a car off the road. I believe that's one of the Team XV cars, the 43 of Andrew Griffin, getting out of the way of our race leaders. This has been an absolute free kick for Martinetti, who's just disappeared up the road, just an age up the road. And this battle is going to continue on. Cameron Fleming, though, dropped a little bit off the back of Jono Stankowski. Liam Tame still holding on over the 2 TTR Westside cars. Max Silva sitting in 10th. We'll check in with Riley Nicholson and Nathan Howe. He's still a fair way off the back, so maybe put a little bit too much heat into those tyres. Has to settle the car back down. We'll keep a close eye on that battle as this race continues on. But this battle for the podium is what we're trying to keep an eye on, because a rare mistake from Simon Bishop has brought Josh Struik into the question for a second consecutive second place. A bit too much curb through the final chicane, or the 3rd chicane, has meant that he drops right off now and is vulnerable to Matt Simmons. So one small mistake can bring you from right behind the car in front to right in front of the car behind.
Yep, it really is a game of ping pong. Absolute knife edge around this track, lap after lap. And coming to the end, a lot of drivers have saved those tyres. Leaders on the final lap, there is quite a few positions that are up for grabs. I mean, the battle between Tame, Carter and Machin, absolutely tantalising at the moment as well. We've also got Nicholson and Howe still duelling it out. And of course, this podium battle for the overall and the pros, absolutely incredible. It doesn't matter where you look. Oh, they're going for it, and I tell you what, that is very close indeed. Nicholson all over the back of Howe. Yep, ridiculously close. Carter still going for Tame, but Simmons now within 2/10 of Strike. Yep, let's get on to 4th place.
Yep, here we go.
Because that is where it's at. Strike, as you said, Isaac, he's gone from chasing down 2nd. He is now fighting for his life to hold on to 3rd.
And this is the last opportunity that Matt Simmons will get, so he has to make a move happen somewhere. This is the final lap of the race. Martinetti has disappeared in the distance once again from these guys, but the pressure now becomes loose from Josh Struik. Does he go around? Was there a little bit of a touch between the two of them, maybe? Because Matt Simmons got heavy on the brakes to avoid any sort of contact, so maybe there was a little bit of a touch-up between the two of them. It's 2/10 between Nicholson and Howe. They're side by side on the run down towards turn 4, and Nicholson gets the job done. So that is up into 5th in class for Nicholson for now. He'll have to try and hold that till the end of the race. The pressure now gets put on by Nathan Howe. Cameron Fleming right behind. That is Jono Stankowski with a bit of lap traffic involved, but Martinetti coming through the final corner once again. He hasn't been on our screens too much because he's just had the absolute perfect run. He will go 2 from 2 here in Imola. He wins race 2 of the night and cements his place at the top of the championship standings. Simon Bishop holds on for 2nd place with fastest lap. Josh Struik in an epic battle with Matt Simmons will come home for 3rd. And then it's Matt Simmons in fourth, Jono Stankowski, and look at this battle back. Look how close all of these cars are to each other. Jono Stankowski will be pushed across the line by Cameron Fleming. Look at that gap. And then it's Liam Tame over Nick Carter, over James Machin, over Max Silva. Rounds out our top 10 then. Bob Norway, Daniel Wood with the Pro-Am class win finally holds on. Lachlan Dawes, second in Pro-Am, 13th again on the road. What a result. 2 13th places. That's a very strong performance from the Triple Eight driver. Sheppers, Elzine, a race to forget in this one. Adam Joy, a great comeback through in this second race. Riley Nicholson, top 5 over Nathan Howe. And then Mike Toward will round out our top 20. What a finish from our drivers. Bowen Piper as well. We've still got cars to come across the line. A few drivers left to battle it out. What a race. I think we can take a breath now, John.
You say that. Yeah, no, what a 2 races that was, and what a race that was as well. The cars, they do call these cars the great equaliser. There is a reason that the big money tournaments on iRacing are in these cars. They are the great equaliser, and things like Imola, Bathurst, Misano, the Nürburgring are great equalisers as well. It's all about the nerve, it's all about the timing, it's all about the consistency and just the sheer force of will that it takes to get these cars around. And tonight a lot of drivers showed, even after adversity, still able to come back, make back positions, make it to the end of the race. And I'm just talking about anything I can before we start waxing lyrical about Matt Dernetti, because he might not have taken the fastest lap in the second race, but does he care? No. He's just taken pole position in both qualifying. He's just won races back-to-back. He has laid down a marker, and to be going into a track like Bathurst with those 2 wins under his belt, he is going to be very, very, very happy with tonight's performance, Isaac.
And for a man that didn't even want to do this series, he wanted to jump in the commentary box. He was supposed to be in here with me. Drove the cars at a test day for us to establish the lap times between the different generations of Porsche Cup cars, and said, actually, I think I kind of want to do this series. And now he's done this series, and he's won the first 2 races of the season. So what a performance it was for Matt Dernetti. What a night it was. I keep coming back to that session between, or that finish, I should say, between Jonathan Stankowski and Cameron Fleming. That was super close. But what a race. What a result. And I'm sure in the coming days we'll have all the results posted in our Discord, so make sure you get over there if you haven't already. But what a race that was from our drivers. John, get your final thoughts. Have you got a driver of the day? Can I throw you under the bus here and ask for a driver of the day?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to be really boring. I really am, and I'm sorry. I know I don't like him. I know he's got more talent than any one man needs, and it's even more annoying that we've just heard the story. He did a quick practice and thought, yeah, you know what? I'm going to come out and destroy everyone. I'm trying my best not to sound happy about it, but it is going to have to be Matt Dernetti. He took pole position in both races, and he soaked up the pressure. I mean, let's face it, through turn 1 and into the first chicane on the opening laps, that was not an easy run. He lost the lead of the race in race 1, held it in race number 2, and he's finished over 4 seconds ahead in both races. All we've talked about is how difficult this course is in these cars.
Absolutely.
And Dernetti smashed it. It's really difficult to look past the performance, even with a pro making it into the top 10. I'd have to say Matt Dernetti, driver of the day for me.
Yeah, well, I will have to disagree with you a little bit there. I think Matt Dernetti, brilliant performance, absolutely well-deserved, both race wins. My driver of the day is going to the man that jumped back in to this series after a fair amount of time away from this game. I think you know who I'm going for. It's Lachlan Dawes, 13th places, but double Pro-Am podium, 1 in each race. That is an absolute comeback from a driver that the last time he was in this series, he was struggling for pace in season 1. He was not happy with how the car was. I think he's absolutely come alive in this Porsche Cup series, and I can't wait to see what he does when we go to the mountain in a couple of weeks' time, because that's going to be absolutely brilliant. These cars at the mountain are going to be just brilliant.
Oh, Forest Elbow.
Oh, that's going to be
So
a
just
very exciting prospect. Try to break into Forest Elbow, the downhill run. These cars, we're going to see a few incidents, I'm sure. Let's remind ourselves, though, of that calendar. So we've just had Imola. What a result. What a race. What two races that was. 2 weeks' time, we're going to go racing at Mount Panorama, and I'm hoping we'll have you back in the commentary box for that, John. And then we go to Alton Park, one of the favourites, Zandvoort, one of your favourites, John, as well. Then we go to Nürburgring. We'll finish the season at one of my personal favourites, Misano. All challenging circuits, all brilliant circuits in their own right. And I have no doubt we're going to see some absolutely fantastic action across the course of the season. But that for this evening is, I think, all she wrote. John, thank you so much. Jumping back in the commentary box once more. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. And look, I'll speak on behalf of everybody when we say we've missed you here at AGT, and we're glad that you're back for this Porsche Cup series.
Nowhere near as glad as I am. This is why I get up first thing in the morning to come and commentate these races. Absolutely incredible action from start to finish, right through the whole field. The races are absolutely engrossing, and I'm occasionally left speechless. And people that know me know that doesn't happen very often. So yeah, no, the absolute highest caliber of racing. An absolute pleasure to be able to free up the calendar and join you guys for the whole season. And as I said privately, and I will say it publicly, to get to work with you again, Isaac, absolutely love it. The chemistry between you and me, I really, really enjoy working with you. Phenomenal stuff, and that is just the icing on the cake and the cherry, getting to work with your good self, and I cannot wait to see what the rest of the season holds with that calendar and these drivers.
Well, I appreciate all your kind words. I'm terrible at taking compliments, John, but I absolutely appreciate it. And I cannot wait to see what lies ahead with 5 more rounds, 10 more races to come across the course of the season. Thank you all at home for watching as well. We appreciate every single one of you that's typed in the chat, said g'day, tuned in, dropped a like. We absolutely appreciate all the support. Once again, big thanks to TrackSpotTV as well. Make sure you go check them out, www.trackspot.tv, for all your sim racing and broadcasting needs, as well as if you want to get involved in commentary, come say g'day. As you can hear, we're a bunch of lovely people. We'd absolutely love to have you on board, so definitely come and say g'day. But yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. It's a good night from John.
Good night, everyone.
And it is a good night from me, your host, Isaac Fogarty. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for Mount Panorama. But until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight.